Hello everybody, my name is Alex Marced from alexmarced.com, and today I want to talk about how profits are generosity. While if you seek to make profits in enterprise, you are actually being more generous than most people are in society. And that's my point of this video, because basically what happened is that libertarians kind of became well known for the saying taxation is theft, which is more of like a rallying cry among libertarians. It's not really a big argument for or against libertarian ideas. It just is a statement that gets, a good cheer every once in a while in a libertarian crowd. That's all it is. People spend too much time arguing over sort of a rallying cry. But because of that, now people are throwing is theft against other things. I've seen now rent is theft. And then the one that really upset me is profit is theft. So I want to come back and say profit is generosity, because it is. Well, how do you generate a profit? You take resources, scarce resources, so resources that there aren't infinite amounts of, and find ways to produce more value than they do separately. Whether it is taking your time, because again, your time is a scarce resource. Taking your capital, meaning either your money or the equipment you've purchased with that money, and labor. Okay, your labor or the labor that you've purchased from others, taking those resources, mixing them together to create a product, a service that is more valuable than all those inputs put separately. So basically saying, okay, well, these three things together, okay, so for example, here I got a bottle of water, okay? Without the bottle, it would just be a puddle of water, not very useful. Without the water, it would just be a plastic bottle, but put together, and with the time, the machinery that it took to bottle this water, okay, the time that it took to bottle this water that was given up by the entrepreneur to wait before they can sell this, because again, they're spending money for the materials, they're spending money to hire people to wash those machines, they are putting all these resources to work and not receiving anything until the finished product is sold. So they're taking a risk, they're giving up their time. Okay? Again, all the things that went into making this separately are worth less, but the end product is better. The end product is worth more than all those inputs put together. So you've created, basically with less, you've created more. The world is a better place. I can now carry a bottle of water with me. Okay, this is super valuable to places where don't necessarily have the same availability as water. Okay, think of those people in Flint whose government screwed up their water pipes, and what bottled water is what saved them. Okay, so profits are generosity. It was for-profit companies that made investment to make things like this that are there for people when they need them. Okay? And here's the thing. Just because you've generated a profit, just because you sold this water for a profit, doesn't mean you stay wealthy. You don't suddenly become permanently wealthy. Okay? You may now have some extra money, but unless you spend that money, you invest that money to do it again, to take more resources, make more value, make more profits, your wealth will not last forever. Okay, so those who stay wealthy are continuously putting those resources to work. They may consume some, okay, they may go out and buy a yacht or something like that, but that's a small fraction, because if they're spending the majority of their money buying yachts and whatnot, they'll be poor very soon. Most of that money is still going out there, taking resources and making things that produce value for you and I. They're not necessarily, most rich people's money is not being used by rich people. It's being used to invest in throughout the economy. Now, there are a lot of problems. There are a lot of government policies that prevent people from being able to take advantage of all that capital and resources out there and be entrepreneurs. There is and basically reduces the opportunities for entrepreneurship to the people who are worse off. But that's policy. That is not profit. That's not profit causing that. But when you turn a profit, again, you have created more value for more people. And long as you continue to do that, you will find yourself wealthier and wealthier and wealthier. Those become wealthier and wealthier and wealthier through honest enterprise. I'm not talking about people who use government power to prevent competition. I'm not talking about those who use government power to grant themselves favors. I'm talking about those who go out there, have an idea, get people to invest in that idea, and do something good with it. Okay? Which is most entrepreneurs. And would be more entrepreneurs if the government wasn't so powerful that a lot of people decided to, instead of investing in creating something valuable, that they'll use it to influence government power. But long as government is that powerful, that incentive will be there. That's why you need to shrink and, for the most part, eliminate as much as possible government power, so that incentive is not there, and the incentive is just to run a good enterprise, because that is the opportunity to better yourself and everyone else. Okay, think about how better people's lives are after any product exists. Profits are generosity. Seeking out profits, sure, may start out self-interest, but at the end of the day, you've benefited more people, and your profits are a sign of that. And people who don't understand that, who think that there should be no profits, are basically saying that basically there should be, no one should seek to provide extra value. Okay? Because basically, okay, if this was just the cost of the amount I pay the workers and the amount of the plastic, well, how about my time? Okay, well then there's no payment for my time in doing this. And then basically, since I have proven that I had a good idea, there's nothing for me left over to put back to work to further good ideas. Bottom line, profits are generosity. Profits are generosity.